So thanks for taking the time, by the way, appreciate it. The idea is to, I'm hearing such great things about your business from Asim and Gunjan, who
Mm-hmm.
are actually working day and night to just help our entrepreneurs grow. And the idea is to talk to you directly because your story can actually inspire millions of other women to make that
Really?
take that plunge themselves as a whole, right? So that's what I do. I've done this previously with Divya Malpani ji. I've done this with Swarupa Lakshmi ji.
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether you know this, but these are entrepreneurs who are very successful, have quite a great high scale business right now as we speak, are funding their entire trips with their own money
Mm-hmm.
generated from their business. And the idea is to have Mr. Joy as well as part of the call so that he can encourage and he can be a role model to a lot of men like us to support the women in our lives and probably make that big difference. Because if I were to just give you a story, there are roughly 30 plus crore women in India who are in working age but are not involved in any sort of formal paid work.
So I always, look for something where I can, be busy and learn something. So I
Hmm.
joined Toastmaster. I did that international Montessori teachers training. Then I started writing blog, and then I was taking tuitions. So after coming back to Pune, I tried to get tuitions, but it was a COVID time and parents were there at home, and they didn't find it and the schools were of course not there, so they didn't find it important to have, tuitions or anything, and they were at home, so they were taking care of the studies also. So I didn't get much inquiries as such, but being me, I just needed to do something. Then when I pack stuff for my children like energy bars and whatever they like, I make everything at home, and I send with them, then they share with their friends, and then they say that it's my mother who has made it. They say it doesn't look like homemade, like it's like store bought kind of.
Wow.
So then they told me, and he underwent bypass surgery in 2019. So we being Gujaratis are fond of eating fried stuff and all that. So but then we thought, it is not the now high time that we change our eating habits. So I slowly, and he's fond of eating, and he just cannot take anything which is not tasty kind of.
Yeah.
So I had to modify and try to look for ways to include some good food into our diet, at the same time not compromising on taste or in the quality or whatever you say. So I started doing that, and he started enjoying. Like, he never used to have oats or anything, then I started making granola at home and everything you could think of.
Hmm.
And since we were in Muscat and we were we are vegetarians, so we always got into the habit of reading the labels,
Yeah.
in case some non-vegetarian ingredient is there. So
Yeah.
after coming back also, we were in that habit, and since my children are there, they are also in the habit of reading the labels, what all the ingredients. So after coming back, whatever product I pick up, it has hydrogenated fat, it
Hmm.
has palm oil. Be it any big company, you pick up any branded company, most expensive stuff, it has some unknown ingredients which you are not sure what it is. And at the same time, it does include palm oil, which I have read is not healthy, and of course the hydrogenated fat, which is also quite unhealthy. So we generally, and we were in places where Gujarati foods like Muscat or Delhi, Gujarati snacks or anything is not very easily available. So I was always into the habit of making, and everything whatever they want, I will make it at home. So it was, and since I was not going out as such, I had to spend time at home only. So I learned something. I learned from that. I learned a recipe from a friend or something. I definitely give it a try. If it comes out good, okay, I keep making. If it doesn't, okay, I forget about it. So like that. And that's how
So,
I started Nutrilicious, where I bake healthy cakes without any maida, sugar, oil, or I mean butter or eggs, and cookies, anything. I stopped buying maida altogether. So my children tell, why don't you start something? Like, see, there is no investment as such. I'm
yeah.
working from my kitchen, and
Yeah.
I have a well-equipped kitchen. So I started, and slowly, we have a sector in 5 buildings. So there was a WhatsApp group, So I started posting whatever I make. I put a photo picture, and people started asking for it, and I started getting orders. well, I won't say that I was minting money as such, but it was enough to keep me busy. And I'm a little clumsy at my work, and he's a perfectionist. So,
Alippo.
so he makes it a point that after my cooking is done, he packs the stuff. He packs it. He cannot tolerate any, nonsense around the packing thing. So that is his job. He packs the very neatly, which I am sure I will never be able to do it. So that is, and even the tasting, because I'm very bad at taste. I just cannot make out what is missing or something is extra or something is less. He's the one, you just taste and he okays it. Okay, this is good. You can go ahead with this. So like that. So he's a big support to me, kind of.
So nice.
Yeah. Yeah, and how I got into Alippo, you must be wanting to know
No,
that, right?
I'm actually come to that, but I'm more interested that when so you've been making homemade products from almost like 2006, 7, right? You're sending it Netherlands. I mean, Netherlands has
Yeah,
mom
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
for coming all over. So when did you think that? I mean, of course your kids encouraged you to actually start up, but when was that time when you felt that yeah, this little hobby that I'm having at my home can now convert into business because it requires
Yeah,
less investment. So when
yeah.
was that year, month, and what
Actually,
triggered?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I would see. We shifted here in August 21, and we took around 6 months because we had to get the some furniture or woodwork done in the house,
Hmm.
and so around 6 months. And my children came. Yeah, mainly kitchen led. I wanted a built-in oven and hob and everything as such, because since till now we had always lived in a rented accommodation because we are
Hmm.
moving to places and
Yeah.
places. So I had to manage with whatever kitchen I was given, kind of.
Yeah.
But anyway, I made the best of it. But then he said, okay, this is your house and your kitchen, you would like to get it the way. So we got the kitchen done and everything.
Hmm.
And then my children came in December, and they stayed for a month, and they were back in January. And they
Hmm.
realized, that yeah, mommy is getting little impatient because now nothing much to do at home. Because earlier when he is going to office, I have some targets. Okay, in the morning I have to prepare tiffin, I have to prepare for evening, and
Yeah.
he's at home, that pressure is also gone, kind of. So
Yeah.
they could realize, okay, mama is getting restless, kind of. And then it was around holy time, that is last year in March. I baked gulkand cake,
Hmm.
and I just happened to put the picture in my group, and immediately one lady called up that I want this cake. I
Wow.
was not sure whether I can, because baking baking something I love, but I never had any training or
Wow.
not a baker as such, but sometimes it turns out to be good, sometimes not so good.
Then I think probably we'll then elaborate on that. So when did you join Alippo, by the way?
Yeah,
Uh,
okay. So that was around, I was just surfing the Facebook. That is while
uh,
watching TV only. We
uh,
get some time to, see our some Facebook or some social
uh,
media. So that Alippo was there,
uh,
and like I'm not a very techno savvy person, so
uh,
I always, and it was like very nominal, like 249 rupees may learn to bake bread and buns and this. Oh my God, can it be true? I asked him that, do you think it is genuine or some, because so many
yeah.
frauds can
Yeah.
come
Yeah.
over, and I'm you can say a little illiterate on that part, because it's not me techno person. I'm not the techno person. So
Yeah.
I asked him, do you think it could be genuine or it is a fake? And he said, it looks like genuine, because I had never heard of it, as such.
Uh,
But the amount was so small that I said, okay, if it is gone, it is gone. But let me just pay it. And yes, I got the response that you are. I was made the member of that WhatsApp group. I was there, and there were messaging coming up. Okay, the course is going to start, and she is I think. Pooja is the instructor, and you have to. So I no no, they are going to teach something, and I learned. I took up that basic course of baking, and then I learned. Then some one or two more courses came up. Then, as I told you that I used to make energy bars, and I
yeah.
was I have made here for people, so people have ordered. But since I had always learned on my own, I had not got
Hmm.
any training as such. And he said, okay, why don't you start, since you're making these energy bars and selling, you
Hmm.
just learn, how it is actually done, kind of. Then I attended that energy baska course also, where I made this bars and my picture was put on the site because it had come out very well.
Oh,
So
is
it
it?
was
I was not
yes,
aware, Jyoti Ji. Oh,
yeah. So it was selected as the, I was the chef of the month or the course kind of.
amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. I was not aware, by the way, if this has happened, this is definitely, this is, whenever this happens, it is celebrated in our internal company group. I'm
Yeah,
sure it would
but
have been
I was
celebrated.
maybe one of
Um,
them. There were many,
okay.
and I was just one of them. So,
Um,
but it was like I shared with my family and friends that yes, I'm
wow.
the chef of the course or something. My children were also happy, and now they know, okay, mama is doing something, so she's happy, kind of. So they also encourage, and yeah. And then I learned some premixes. That's what I learned that premix that Sushmita was teaching, and
Hmm.
I made those butter masala gravy. So because
Hmm.
I was keen, because I there in Netherlands, they crave for that Indian food, and every time it is not
Oh.
possible. So what my main purpose was to make something and give it to them, so they can use whenever they want to eat something. That craving is there. So today only, when my son called up, I told him that my last batch got over yesterday when somebody ordered butter paneer masala, and she has liking for that premix ka taste. So every
Hmm.
now and then she orders that paneer butter masala and mixed vegetable. I use this premix powder, and it comes out really well.
Hmm.
So like that. So it's just reminding, because sometimes they forget. Okay, they have that premix and they can make something out of it.
That's
So
amazing.
so I and then there was something called I got a message that if you are interested in starting salad, and would you like to make it in a professional this. Well, I was not very sure, because anyway I was this nutritious was going on,
Ah.
but Gunjan never left me. Oh my god, every day she will call, yes ma'am, have you made up your mind? Yes ma'am, you have to go. I said no, and then my maid was out for 1.5 months. I said I can't do with it, because with mummy, I find I have some constraints. She is, I have to manage her timing also. So I wanted to, but I was not able to, because my maid was not there. But Gunjan, no, she won't leave. Every day she will call me. What happened? When is your maid coming back? When are you starting? When are you starting with the sampling? I said, Baba, give me some time. And we are in a remote place in Pune. We are not in the proper city.
Yeah.
So there is only one commercial center, and there is one vegetable shop
Yeah.
who has this fresh vegetables. And sometimes they don't have these exotic vegetables. And sometimes I have to order from them. I
Yeah.
said, give me some time. I have to plan everything. But it's good that she pushed me. Then only I could start. Otherwise, I
Yeah.
would have, taken my own sweet time. Okay, I'm going to start. But she never left me, and she pursued it, and so did I. So here I am. So yeah, it's going good. But today I didn't get any order, but it's okay.
Hmm.
Some days I get 10 orders, some days I don't get any order, but that's a
Hmm.
part of it, right?
So I think I'll tell you the reason why this entire salad business has been promoted and been pushed, by the way, is that a lot of entrepreneurs are getting orders in the baking side of the things, but those orders are not repeated in nature, because the demand from the customer for a bakery product is typically at a lesser frequency
Yeah,
than a healthy.
occasional.
And as you rightly said, you being Gujaratis, eating fried foods, and now you yourself are changing the behavior to more of a healthier side of the things. That behavior is very evident,
Yeah,
specifically in tier one and tier two cities. People are being very conscious about that fact. My mamaji has started doing gym
yeah,
at the age of almost like 47 or 48, I believe. And I'm really literally surprised that he who didn't care about the health at all is now suddenly picking up. So with salad, it makes it very easy, because it kind of becomes like a repeating
yeah,
uh, thingy. Since you're actually bringing some change in the lives of the customers, because
yeah,
they're consuming something after which they start feeling lighter. So I've
yeah,
started consuming salads myself. And after 15, 17 days, I started feeling lighter in terms of my body, right? And suddenly you start thanking that person who's actually responsible for bringing that salad to you, right? And that brand recall of suddenly it becomes very high, and then that entire less repeating purchases also becomes higher, because you kind of start remembering that brand. So hence, it's very important that we brought in that salad, and thanks to you that you've taken that plunge. A lot of women have started already, and they're taking this up. But I still have a few questions. So this one thing that we see in our women is that, nearly 47% of the users who are coming into Alippo right now, they're coming into startup, by the way, right? but less than 1.3% actually go about starting up. So there's a major drop that you see from 47% to all the way to 1.3%, right? That's and the people are coming with a high intent, but are losing that ground, right? They're saying kal kar lenge, they'll do this day after kar lenge, and the same thing, right? They also need that push, right? And every single day gone is equal to every single day uh, of just opportunity lost, basically, right? So I mean, probably learning that, of course, with you, the fortunate thing was that Gunjan was there, so she
Yeah.
push you.
Yeah, she was there. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I would say that not so many entrepreneurs at Alippo are so lucky, by the way. So, I mean, some advice that probably something that you might give to those people, because this is one thing that we keep seeing with these women, that they're just procrastinating what they want to do, and ठीक है, or maybe it's too tough to do it. And as you rightly summarize, it's so easy to do it from home, from your own kitchen, no investment,
Yes. Yes.
nothing, community hai. It's
Yeah.
also easy. Just learn that art and just go ahead and just go deeper into it. So any advice both of you probably might want to give it to those people, because the idea is to not change behavior of thousands of people. The idea is to change behavior of millions of people, right? That's how you change the GDP of the country, right? So what is it that you guys have to say about it? Yeah.
Well, I would say that the life is not going to be different. You know, it will always have its ups and downs and responsibilities, and it will be always be there. You can't say now we are retired. You know, we think okay, now we are retired. We are no, we have like my mother-in-law. She is demanding. We have to take care of, and she is very unpredictable. You can't know okay at what time she will demand what, you can't say. So this challenge will. So this is a challenge for us. So I'm sure everybody would be having a challenge in some or the other form, like children, college going children, school going children, in-laws. So these things will always be there, but it is only you who can get to find a way out of it. See, you don't have to leave any responsibility. It's not like doing all this, I'm not giving up on any of my responsibility. It's not that because I'm doing this I'm not doing that. No, it's not that. So taking care of everything, it is just a time management, I suppose. And
Yeah.
you have to believe in yourself that yes, you can take. Yeah, there will be times and you start doubting yourself. Oh, will I be able to do? Will I be? It's okay if you are not able to do it, in a day or two. See, if we have not invested anything, it's not going to be a big loss if this kitchen doesn't work.
Yeah.
But slowly, when you are continuously making efforts to offer something new, people will definitely make a note of it, and they will look forward to what you are offering next, kind of.
Yeah. I think,
So yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I think what I'm hearing is key. So this is one of the biggest problem, by the way, that I see at Alippo. So the entrepreneurs are magically imagining that the orders will start flowing in on day one itself, right? So what you rightly summarized it, that you have to keep doing it consistently for like 6 8 months, right? You have to build
Yeah.
that,
Yeah, you
and
have
then
to
people
build
start
it.
recognizing.
Yeah.
That's a hook.
Yeah.
So if we can somehow get them to keep doing it without the expectation of results for the very first 3 4 months,
Yeah.
and post that, then it becomes easier. So there are some certain entrepreneurs who are making 3 lakh plus from per month only from their home kitchen.
Yeah.
When we were actually pitching it to our investors, we were telling that after 1.5 lakh or 1.6 lakh, it's impossible to do it in your kitchen. That's what we were imagining. But they have revamped their entire kitchen to optimize it in such a fashion that 3 lakh ka business is happening from their kitchen. 90% of the restaurants are shutting down because
Yeah.
5% of the cost goes into the real estate and
Yeah.
those salaries that they're incurring.
Yes.
And 3 lakh mein 45% ka EBITDA is something that these people are claiming. It's almost like 1.6 lakh, or maybe sorry, 1.4 lakh is something that they're claiming as profits on a monthly basis. Only because they started early and they kept doing it, as you rightly summarized. So a point taken, Mr. Joy, for you. There's a big problem that we see, by the way, and you'll probably be amused at what I'm about to say. So there are certain women who used to take classes at Alippo, who used to become great and have dropped Alippo because there was a male chef who was teaching on the on via the video form. The male chef is not even teaching in person, and the husbands of the family refused those ladies to take up those classes. Similarly, we see so many cases where the husbands are just telling women that, yeah, तुमने बहुत बार try किया है, you've tried so many times, but it
Nothing
didn't
is.
work out,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And they would have supported in the past. It's not like they wouldn't have. But now they've kept it, they're making that as a story that, yeah, it's not going to happen. You keep trying, but you keep failing. And we see these cases so many times. So, Mr. Joy, probably for you, I would request that probably you can just talk about it, that how does one overcome this? And this message should go directly to the women, because it will not reach to the males of the society. It has to go via the women, how they can solve this, so that they can also start keep fighting again and again and again. And it's not a major big investment that they any which ways have to do. So that investment, that they can keep doing it again and again, and one fine day they can actually change the entire thing to a success story. Yeah.
Yes, I think very closely linked to what you're asking now was that previous question that you had asked her. I think there is one thing that if you are in this food business, what I have seen from her is that unless you are passionate about cooking,
Yeah.
please don't get into this business. See,
Absolutely.
people, like somebody says you can do 50, you can do 1 lakh, you can do this. But then if you are not happy being in
Yeah.
the kitchen, sweating it out there, trying new things, being excited about what you are doing, I think that's extremely important. So if you have that in you, then of course the next step comes of seeing that how you can cultivate it further. And passion is not something that this I've always believed at work. In fact, when I interview people, the very first, other than reading the CV and knowing what qualification, what background he has, what I really look through in the entire conversation I have is how passionate is this guy about what he's going to get into.
Yeah.
And if that is there, then he kind of is already ticked most of the boxes for me. After that, unless I find him really ignorant about the job, then only I reject him. Otherwise, he goes through. So I think that's very important. So for women who are passionate about this, I would say you just forget about the rest, whether the support or not. I'm sure if you are passionate about it, you will be able to do it. As far as the men are concerned, I think this is part of society. No, this is in our society itself. It has, we also, I talk today like this because I'm much more mature. I
Yeah.
have spent such a long life. Okay,
Hmm.
we spent so much time together. Like I always keep telling her that when we started our life together, we didn't have this level of understanding that we have today, whereby
Hmm.
even without talking a small issue which may otherwise come up within the us, it just gets resolved. So that does take time. So I'm sure when people are young, they have so many other pressures of home and children and all that. Then with all that, trying to balance this additional work requires far more effort than what she's putting now today.
Absolutely
Like
agree.
her sons are not here today.
Yeah.
So now our only our mom-in-law is there. Then I am at home. That reduces all this pressure, and that's why she's able to devote time. See,
Yeah.
time is required.
Yeah.
I mean, this takes away a lot of time, and this business is real tough business. I have seen it. Sometimes I said, Baba, ये 200-250 रुपए के लिए आप मत करो ये चीज. But then, see, I am saying that to her, but she is passionate enough not to listen to that.
That's
Because
the
she
best
knows that
part.
I just said that out of some frustration. Because I see her toil so much for one dish which is ordered by someone in the
Yeah.
full day, and for that day, and salads are complex. They
Yeah.
require 4 or 5 different items. There is a separate veggie, then there is a rice, then there is a separate crunch, then there is a topping. All that put together takes time to make.
Yeah.
So it's hard work. So people who are passionate and who are able to work hard, I think they will be able to make it. And
Yeah.
yes, if men are supportive, it is good. But if they are not supportive, honestly, I mean, what can a person do if you are in a household where if your husband is not supporting you? I mean, all you have to do is you have to stand up and do that yourself. That's about all.
Yeah.
And as far as men are concerned, all I can request them is that, see, everybody has aspirations. Yeah? If you think that only what you do is important in life, that's not true. So have a heart, and they are equal part of the house. Sometimes she will tell me, this is your house. No, this is not my house. This is our house.
Our house. That's what I liked
So,
about you, by the way. You said
so
it's our business. So it's
exactly. So
not her business. It's not my business. It's our business.
Yeah, it's always with us. It is always our. It's never mine or your. So we are blessed. That to have each other and understand each other. Sometimes we don't have to talk also, but we understand each other. So that makes things a little easy. Yeah.
Makes sense. So I think I'll tell you another thing. So one such incident that has recently happened, one of our very close entrepreneurs that has, she increased her revenue to almost like 65,000 rupees a month, right? Uh, and uh, the reason why we brought Mr. Joy was because in her case, she was celebrating and she was very happy and she was very proud. She funded her entire trip with her money generated from the business. It was one of the lifelong feeling. But this summer happened, right? And because of the summer, the kids were supposed to be taken for a vacation. She left for that. And unfortunately, her business has reduced down to almost like 6,000, 7,000, right? So the idea is that, I mean, it was such a massive, big amount, right? I understand that my amount now might not be big for certain families, it might be big for certain other families. But with her, she lost so much of subscribers as a whole because, and now it becomes difficult to go back to them, right? So uh, maybe if, let's say, the support would have been there, maybe a house help could have helped intermediary, right? Or maybe some other friend could have helped intermediary. 15 days hai, please, maybe you can do something simpler. But the shop has to keep running, right? Because
Yeah.
the customers can't
Yeah.
wait for
And
this kind of, yeah.
no, that's a big, in fact, that's a very big challenge, what you say. In fact, तुम्हारा भी यही हुआ when we had traveled to
Netherlands last year.
गए थे हम लोग. That before that you did almost 30,000. How much was your this thing?
Yeah,
Business?
18,000.
18,000. Sorry, 30 तो अभी किया last month. So, and after coming back,
Yeah, for 1.5 months, I had only 6,000.
it was a big struggle. So it's a I don't know. I mean, this is something that okay, I have not really thought about it as to how it can be overcome or what can be really done. Because see, the thing is that people identify restaurant food from the name of the restaurant.
Absolutely.
Okay, you are not going and seeing the chef inside. But home food, people identify with the lady.
Absolutely.
And if the lady is not there, I'm sorry, it will be very difficult to continue the business. So it's a very, very difficult thing. And it's true in any business, if you give a gap, if you close down a running shop also, you will have the same problem.
Yeah.
Because customers will fritter away.
Yeah.
They will go here and there. And then to bring them back again, it's always going to be a big challenge.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is, I mean,
So don't worry, by the way, this is something that Alippo is thinking on solutions.
yes, yes, you should, because it's a difficult problem. See, what happens is, supposing if there are a few home cooks, and then things
in
are
the same
getting,
area, somebody is going, somebody else would take over
Yeah.
responsibility.
That is possible.
Okay, even if you are not there, I will serve your customers. But that can happen only in close by areas, like I'm in outskirts of Pune, kind of. So I like even we will be going somewhere next year for a month or so. But then see, we are blessed that we are not much into we don't have to depend on my income as such, So it's okay, even if it goes, it goes kind of.
But for someone who's losing 60,000, 50,000, coming down to 5, 6, I agree. It would be very shocking.
Yeah.
And today, most middle class families, that's a very big amount coming into the house.
Absolutely.
And once it starts coming for 2-3 months, you start expecting it. And your entire, standard of living, everything moves up accordingly. And then suddenly one day it is not there. It's like somebody having lost a job. So
exactly what happens, by the way, Mr. Joy. So very nicely put. So typically, the moment the money starts flowing, you start spending more also. Your purchasing power also becomes much higher.
yeah.
And and with these people, it seems their entire background of their kitchen changes, right? because they're passionate about it.
Yeah, yeah.
They would not revamp their bedroom. They'll revamp their
Yeah.
right.
Very
And suddenly you stop revamping that, and it gives you that kind of a hit. So
sure.
yeah, point taken. This of course is something that we have been discussing for months now, so far, but we have not prioritized it yet. Prioritization is important. But yeah, so but over to you. So still yeah, trying to understand. So I believe you've mentioned 30,000 has been your business the last month. It's congratulations for that, by the way.
Thank you.
It's a massively big deal. And what do you feel? How are you envisioning this going forward? Uh, uh, how are you taking this forward? Basically, some goal setting would have been done probably. Yeah.
I am not, I live in present. I never make big plans. And
Huh,
I feel blessed that even without any planning, I had a beautiful life. So
huh.
I don't believe in making big plans. I am happy, whatever comes, I'm happy. It doesn't come, I'm happy. So, that keeps me going. So because once you set the goal, see, uh, at this age, I'm almost 60 now. At this age, if you set a goal and if it is not met, you feel
That is
heartbroken.
stressed out.
I said, forget it. At this age, I'm doing that much is also good enough.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
30,000 is a
gives because
massively big
yeah,
amount, and not just the amount, the kind of
yeah.
change that you're bringing in people's life, buy or produce,
Yeah.
is
So
also
I
something to
feel
think proud of.
I'm sorry because people don't like generally the younger generation, they are goal driven, they have they have something to achieve, but at this age we don't have to achieve
Yeah,
anything as such. So
yeah,
I have started just to keep myself busy, and since with mommy around we don't have much social life, we can't go out, we can't invite people at home, so
hmm,
we are 24 by 7, we are at home. So
yeah,
I had to do something which I can do at home only. So
hmm.
except teaching and cooking, nothing could be done.
Yeah, it's such a
So
passion.
right. So
Yeah,
and I feel happy that I'm doing this much, because I had never expected it to go this kind of. But
hmm.
believe me, it's a lot of challenge. Every day I have to sit and I don't like to repeat my menu because salad is something. What variety you can bring with capsicum and tomato and onion and
Yeah,
cucumber, right? You have to bring so much of novelty and variety
yeah,
that people look forward for your salad kind of.
yeah,
Okay, okay, yeah, what are you are coming like? So I have our base, they always look forward, okay, what auntie is going to put tomorrow.
hmm.
And they give very positive comments like, when are you going to start your salad bar in our complex?
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, yeah, that they look for, okay, because they feel ki whatever I'm serving, they like I will share one of or two comments I got, that one of
Hmm.
the best restaurant has a salad bar in Pune, and there also they don't get this kind of salad what I offer.
Wow, that's
And
worth
one
fighting for.
lady had also told that one famous bar in salad bar in Bombay, there also I had made burrito bowl. And
Uh,
she said, like, I don't have words to do. I'm sure, I hope that she was honest. But then, because it takes me to another level.
wow, that feeling is something that you are living
Yeah.
by the way. That's
What
more
about this
important.
lady who just got a kid?
Yeah, okay, okay. Yes, yesterday I got a message from a very regular customer. She was expecting, and yesterday they were blessed with a baby boy, and she
Uh,
sent me a message, Auntie, this is because of your healthy. I think she had earlier a miscarriage,
hmm,
So during this, she was ordering quite a lot of things from me, not
hmm.
only salad, like I make ragi laddus and all
Yeah,
healthy stuff, right? So she kept ordering, and yesterday she sent me a message that with your healthy cooking and your healthy food, we are blessed with a baby boy and all that. So I feel so happy,
wow.
that money is something, but what this feedback and motivation, this thing keeps you going.
No, but she's very strong on feedback. Like, okay, she doesn't have a maybe this entire thing well documented other than on WhatsApp. But then whenever we are delivering, she
Hmm.
makes it a point. Whenever she's talking to any customer, she makes it a point to tell the person that you must give me feedback. I'm always welcome
Wow.
feedback. And in fact, somebody gave feedback, and then she immediately, and see, the problem is that if you're a home cook and you get always, the feedback may not be the best. So sometimes you will get feedback which is, which you have to take
There's
it
some
constructively.
suggestion. Yeah,
It's a
suggestions.
suggestion. You have to take it constructively.
Yes.
Then if you don't take it that way, then it's a problem. Then people will not give you feedback. But that way she's very good at taking feedback. So when she takes that feedback and then she responds saying that, okay, thanks for this, and then next time, and she tries to make those corrections also.
Wow.
Because there are nuances in taste. And many a times the taste palette is also different from
Yes.
customer A to B. The
Ah.
spice level of A customer and B customer is different. Now you have to customize to that level. So
Yes.
when you are serving as a home cook, you just can't just वो रेस्टोरेंट में जाके आपसे वो 2 मिर्ची 3 मिर्ची दिखाया डिश में आप उसको बोल दोगे थोड़ा कम मिर्ची दे दो. But actually, what is the base you don't know in a restaurant. But
Absolutely.
here, somebody who is ordering food regularly from you, they know your base very well. So when they want it toned down something, she makes sure that that is done. So
Actually,
that's, I
this is
think, extremely
one of
important.
the most, this has been one of the major make or break for our entrepreneurs, by the way. So a lot of these entrepreneurs in our case do get offended because
Offended? No, you cannot
No,
be
no, no,
offended.
no. That's what
So
this
I
lady.
always, yeah, I always keep telling her that if anybody says anything, I mean, it's like, I mean, customer, no.
yeah,
Customer तो कुछ भी बोल के निकल जाएगा. My
हाँ,
whole life I have handled customer. So okay, he has the right to say whatever he wants. And of course, if something is unpalatable or unparliamentary, we can always, request the customer to take it back or tell him it's not in the right spirit of the relationship that we have. But
yeah,
then most of the feedback that she gets is absolutely top class, very, very good feedback. And when people give constructive feedback, you have to take it that way and you have to work on it.
yeah,
And in fact, on the previous question, you were talking about the business and the 30,000 that she did last month. So this, in fact, 30,000 would mean just 1,000 rupees of business a month. But then it would mean at least
a day.
4 to 5 dishes going every day, because one dish 200 to 50, not more than that for a home cook food. I think most of our dishes are 200 to 50 other than cakes, which
Yeah.
are 400, 450. So that would mean about 3 to 4 dishes being made every day. And sometimes for her, it is not only one dish she will make, because she makes to order also. Like people like something, like they like pav bhaji, they will order. No, we want today pav bhaji. So I have a party at home. I want pav bhaji for 30 people or 35 people. And then she will make sure that that is also done along with her regular
Wow.
whatever food that she's making. So that's why I think now going forward, like now we were looking at trying to see how to expand the business. I think we had one discussion last time with Asim and the team.
Ayush.
So that time I think we have done one Swiggy onboarding. We have done. And then we created now a small poster which we are going to put up in our shopping complex.
Oh, wow.
So that's going to come up maybe today, tomorrow, anytime. Poster was ready.
Yeah.
I think because of the rains, they were not able to stick it up there. It requires a bit of clean adhesive surface, and it's so watery nowadays. So that with that, I think I don't feel business for her should be a problem. It is like how much you can do. That's going to be an issue for us, because that I can see is will become a problem. So okay, then we'll have to figure out what more support she can get. Like
Yes.
today, of course, there is a maid who is available with us from morning till late afternoon. But then if there are deliveries in the evening and all, then we have to do it ourselves, because we are not able to get any help on deliveries anywhere, and most of the orders are within our own complex.
Yeah.
So evening usually, we just walk down and deliver, take our walk also,
Wow.
and deliver the food also
It's
around
amazing.
7:30 in the evening. But then it can definitely go up. And I have a feeling that yes, we can go up. It's just that I keep telling her that you take small bites at a time, so that
Yes.
you don't also get under a lot of pressure.
Pressure.
You also know how to manage things slightly more. Suddenly one day you are inundated with 20 orders, then you may find it difficult. And like she said, no, since we are a bit remote, even raw material like salad, raw material has to be fresh.
Fresh.
You cannot have things kept in the fridge and then taken out
Wow.
and served. That could be done in a restaurant, but we cannot do that. It has to be
Hmm.
absolutely fresh, bought the same day at least. In fact, there is a farm here. That guy also
Yeah.
we had tied up with him, no?
Yeah.
Wow. Is it?
Yeah.
Just next to our complex, but now I think he has stopped delivering because he's busy with sawing or whatever. But I make sure that whatever ingredients I use are fresh. You know.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's the entire essence of it, and that's what differentiates the entire home entrepreneur versus
Exactly.
any other
Absolutely,
restaurant if you're talking
absolutely.
about. So
Yeah,
I was in Mumbai for a long time. Right now, I just came back, and I was staying in a hotel where the lunch and the dinner, the dishes were exactly the same.
yeah,
But it's exactly the same. They're not even changing. They're not even changing the patila which is carrying the dish.
Yeah,
correct,
yeah,
correct.
correct,
And I
correct.
was surprised, and it was a five-star hotel. So
Yeah,
I was not aware because for the first time I stayed in that hotel for like 20 days straight. Then I could pick it up that yeah, this is what they do.
yeah.
And evening wala thingy, they'll keep it in the breakfast also. Breakfast with biryani is getting served as part of this. I'm not sure what what.
Which menu?
So so that's how it was. And so what was also happening is I was meeting a lot of people there. Unfortunately, those people were very much, and these are women, by the way. And somehow I couldn't convince them the value of Alippo. They were always like, YouTube पे सीख लो, YouTube पे सीख लो, YouTube से धंधा बन जाएगा, YouTube से धंधा बन जाएगा. I just couldn't convince that the business takes much more than a passive way of just consuming content over the internet, right? It requires that poster to be kept on your society, right? It requires some sort of a hand holding to be done within your WhatsApp community. So probably maybe you can elaborate on that as well.
Yeah,
So that people understand that yeah, it's an initial small investment that you have to do, right? And we're just trying to save that chota sa investment, and now you're there at 30,000. That whatever you've spent so far is already recovered.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. No, that's very important. And what happens is that I think for most people who haven't had any previous exposure to really handling a business, where business, big or small, has its same level of intricacies.
Yeah,
So even if it's a home food business, a small business, it has all the ingredients of a big, large industrial corporate house, because there is a purchase happening, there is a processing happening, there is a production happening, there's a marketing
Packing,
happening, there's a packing happening, there's a
delivery.
financing happening. So everything is there. So if all those areas, I think the good part of Alippo is that we are constantly, she keeps getting guided by people from your side in terms of
How
what
to go
really
ahead.
is to be done. And I always believe, I'm also a firm believer in follow up. So, in fact, whenever Gunjan's phone comes, I can see her face wince because, she's like very particular. At 10 to 6, if the message is not gone, what are the orders for the day, she will call. So, that also that is required. I mean, if that is not happening from the other side or somebody is not pushing you, one is a guide, the other is the push. Both are required. So
yeah,
you're not only getting guidance, not only in terms of whether what is to be done, how do you go about doing it, what are the various avenues, what are the various products which are available, what would work, how do you research the market, how do you know what is good, what will work in your area, then how do you make the first step. So at each and every point, Alippo is able to pitch in terms of trying to help the home entrepreneur. Unfortunately, the home entrepreneur themselves, they are they are very very ill equipped otherwise.
yeah,
So honestly, if somebody says that from the internet, okay, from the internet maybe you learn one dish, but the internet will never teach you, like if you're going to make this dish, what comes before the dish and what comes after. डिश तो बन गया आपका.
yeah,
So at each and the other thing I have seen as a problem, like this is in the context of stock market trading.
yeah,
Like I have from the time I came here, so after that initial 6-9 months that we are busy, for the last more than 1 year plus, I have spent. Initially, I just went through a lot of stuff which was there on the net. Some on good sites like Zerodha and all, they
yeah,
have very good material available. They have a Zerodha University, so
yeah,
see that. There are a lot of other material available. But then, you know, one is understanding theory,
yeah,
the other is the practice.
yeah,
So in terms of how do you really implement it,
yeah,
so then I went to a lot of courses of NSE. NSE, the stock exchange
yeah,
also, they do a lot of courses. So
yeah,
it's like unless you are learning in a bit of a structured way,
yeah,
you will really not understand the correct steps to be taken in
Yeah.
a business. Fine, you may not have much to lose, but the problem is that you put in effort, and you put in effort and you don't get the results. It's not about the money. It is what about the effort? I keep telling her, like when you
Time,
cost a dish,
time invested as well at the same time.
absolutely. I said, when you cost the dish, please cost your labor hours. How
Yeah,
much time you are taking, and labor hours are not
absolutely.
only in production, labor hours for sourcing, labor hours for
Yeah.
packing, labor hours for delivery.
They were
Everything costs.
thinking also, right?
Everything costs. There is a cost for every element of the business. So it's good to learn things in a structured manner. And I think that's what Alippo is providing and will, I'm sure, continue to provide. So it's like saying that internet pe available hai. I think it's that means though we should have asked, कि भाई, you tell me one good thing you have learned on the internet after which you could implement it and you became very successful. It could be
Actually.
maybe one or two things out of 100.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you have to learn 100 things. Huh? When
Yeah.
you will learn 100 things, then out of that maybe you will use two things from there.
Yeah.
No, I feel you just believe in yourself. Believe in yourself, you can do it, because women are multitaskers,
Very important.
they are, I am sure a man left in a house for a day taking care of children and in-laws and kitchen and maid, I'm sure he will go mad. Next day, he will be in the mental hospital. But a woman does this day in, day out for years. So it is not easy. Believe me, it is
Yeah.
taking care of a household is like taking care of a multinational company, because
Yeah.
there are so many issues which come
Absolutely.
up and unexpected. Sometimes somebody falls ill and you have to forget about everything and take care of the person. There are examples. So, and women are doing in, day out. So they are capable of doing everything what they want to. It is just that you have to believe in yourself, that believe, yes, you can do it.
Yeah.
And believe me, you will be able to do it.
Mm.
Because the taking care of house, if you can do anything in the world.
Yeah, that's so
Believe me, it's not easy. Believe me,
not easy.
because
Yeah.
yeah, it is, because just there are so many motivational notes and messages you that a woman is a nurse, a woman is a teacher, a woman is a finance minister, he is a she is a
Yeah.
labor minister, she has to take care of the maid also. These days, to take care of a maid is not so easy, they are so
Yeah.
demanding. So you have to handle them also, you have to handle husband, you have to handle when you are able to do all this is business is nothing, you can do it.
Appreciate
So
it.
I feel that every woman has this power to do it. It is just that you have to believe in yourself that yes, I can do it. You may doubt. There are times when you doubt yourself, but that is the only way you have to go ahead, because you have to come back to and believing in yourself that yes, you can do
Yeah.
it. When you can do all these things, you can do this as well.
Amazing. Uh, so thanks for that. I'll just share something, by the way, here, because so at Alippo, we keep working on what next, right? There's one thing that probably has not been revealed so far, right? I'm probably revealing it here.
Oh wow.
So so Alippo is working on a very interesting concept. So we're seeing women having so many multitasking to be done, right? And some of them are their passion, like being in the kitchen, trying something new. And if it is failing, then also finding that excitement. If it is becoming successful, then also an excitement coming.
Yeah.
But there are certain things where Gunjan pushes you and says, ki, please fill in that sheet, which probably women at times don't like it, right?
I don't
Or
believe
maybe
it.
putting things on social media, keeping your WhatsApp community active at times is something that women. So there is a concept of a digital co-founder, right? And digital co-founder, AI-based co-founder. That's something that we've been actually working on. That understands your brand and
Digital code.
does some part of your task which you are not happy about or you don't feel like doing, and it reduces that workload because it is repeated in nature, and so that it gives you more time, and you know that somebody else is also thinking on that lines, and the digital co-founder will actually be a leap on that one. So we're actually investing a lot from the past 6 months, I would say. But that announcement is something I'm doing now, right now. It's not, and it's supposed to take some shape, as initial framework is supposed to be live in the next 3 4 weeks. Post which is gonna keep incrementally happening. like for instance, scheduling a delivery, right? If the order has come, the delivery, if it is not happening within the society, happening somewhere else, why is a person required to go and schedule a delivery? That's something that can happen automatically, right? So that the entrepreneur is relaxed and they know that's all other things will be taken up. I just need to focus on the things that are important to the consumer. So yeah, so that's what I wanted to leave you with. Um, thank you so much, Mrs. Jyoti and Mr. Joy.
Thank
I'm
you.
so thankful
Yeah.
for seeing you as becoming this, because for me, your success is great, but millions of people becoming successful and changing their behavior is what I am striving for personally in my life, right? Unfortunately, my satisfaction doesn't end when I see one, two entrepreneurs being successful.
True.
So I'm still not happy. I've yet to be happy.
Yeah.
Uh, so thanks to you for sharing this with us, sharing this wholeheartedly. I am hopeful that some thousands of people should change their behavior after watching this family, the close bond between you. Hopefully, see some male supporting those female coming
Yeah.
together and not just speaking and calling it out as her business or as my business, as calling it our business.
Our business. Yeah.
Well,
So that is very important. Unless the support from the husband is there, I'm sure woman does it, but she craves what for that support. She may
yeah,
be successful, she may be happy externally, but unless there's support from husband, and husband is the, what you will center of gravity or whatever in
yeah.
physics term or science term, whatever it is. But if he is not happy, a woman can never be happy. At least I
Absolutely.
feel so. So it is very important that a husband also understands that he
Yeah,
is very important in a woman's life. So
yeah,
if he is happy, even if not supporting, just praising and appreciating what she is doing is more than
That is
enough.
good enough. Yeah.
moral
He
support
need
is
not,
also good.
Yeah.
yeah, he
Moral
need
support.
not pack
Absolutely.
the way my husband is packing. He need not do anything.
Yeah,
Just appreciating what your wife is doing, or and how much hard work she is putting.
yeah,
So, and the happiness will come only when the husband is happy. That
mm,
inside happiness will come when when you know that he doesn't even have to speak. They can convey it, and the woman is very smart to understand, even if he conveys it without
yeah.
saying it. So even if you are able to convey that without even speaking, you know it is good enough for a wife or a housewife, that yes, I can, and then there is no looking back.
Very well said. Very well said, Mrs. Jyoti. So I think this is also very encouraging. So thanks so much
Thank you.
of you.
A
It was
And
pleasure.
nice
Thank you
talking to
so
you.
much. Pleasure talking to you.
We have been hearing Nikhil sir,
Yeah.
Nikhil sir, Nikhil sir. I was wondering.
So
this is me,
good. I
Nikhil.
mean, we hope and pray that your efforts bear fruit, and
Yeah,
as an organization, I think you all are doing a great job, and please keep doing that. And I'm sure there'll be many more successful stories for the country,
yeah,
and good for the country. Like you said, entrepreneurship is an excellent, and today that's the way things are going. You hear so much. You open a newspaper, all you read about is how people are becoming successful. So it's
absolutely.
good to be, each becoming a small part of that movement in the country.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, and God bless you. Take care, Nikhil.
Thank you, sir. Thank
Okay,
you
all
so
the
Thank
much.
you.
best to you.
Have a
Take
nice
Thank you
care.
day. Good
very
night.
much.
Ciao.
You
Bye
too.
bye.
Bye.
Have a
Take
nice
care.
evening.